girls jump coming up straight after this slalom event. And that'll be around about 4:15. Local time here, Australian Eastern Daylight Savings Time, around about 4:15. So slalom will take us almost through till about 3:30, just after 3:30. So another sort of hour and 15 minutes to get through our last 8 skiers. So sit back, relax, enjoy the weather if you're on the banks. If you're not, listening to our docile tones on the webcast. It's been a pleasure to bring you this junior MOOMBA competition. Let's work through this, Glenn. I think we might have to start. We've been talking the last few years about maybe getting a ski bet side up. I reckon this year, if you were to put money, you could put money on anyone in the top 6 to win, particularly men's slalom. You look at all the events coming up over the weekend. You can almost throw a dartboard at who's going to win.
Absolutely. Here we go. This is now 13-metre line now for Jacob Saddington, the Victorian. Leans back a bit out of one ball. Round 2 he goes. Getting a little bit down course here. He's going to need a big 4 ball. I don't think he's going to quite get it. 3.5 unofficially there on the 13-metre line for Jacob Saddington.
Yeah, slalom's probably not his, out of the 3 events, jump is his premier event. And then probably tricks would be his second, and slalom sort of gets a bit pushed to the side in the overall comp. But yeah, Jacob, we're disappointed with that. He would have loved a score on 12, but future score there of 3.5 on the 13.
Yep, all confirmed. 3.5 on the 13-metre line there.
We're just talking, Glenn, about tomorrow's format. I'm going to call it that. But if you're a slalom skier and you're watching on the webcast, I'll tell you what, if you're on here, we are going to have all of the slalomers from, especially the Victorian slaloms, all be tomorrow, because it's a day of slalom, isn't it?
Absolutely.
All day, from 8 a.m. tomorrow morning all the way through to 3 p.m. in the afternoon. That is a long time to be watching slalom.
Because we're gentlemen, remember we let the ladies go first.
Yeah,
so
of
the
course.
Ladies are up first
yeah.
at 8 a.m.
And International Women's Day tomorrow.
Oh, excellent. International Women's Day here on the Yarra. So yeah, quite a lot of slalom tomorrow, but it's going to be it's exciting because they're fighting hard for that cut. Of course, we do have that last chance qualifier, so a couple of skiers that miss out, at least on the men's slalom final tomorrow, will get a second reprieve. So that adds an exciting dynamic to MOOMBA for the first time. We don't have we used to have semi-finals, of course, for the events. We don't have semi-finals anymore, but program's a little bit busy for that nowadays.
Because we've dropped a day too. So that's,
absolutely.
Yeah. It was always good giving those athletes that have flown in from around the world, give them kind of elimination round in the semi-final, get a bit more accustomed to the conditions here on the Yarra, but decided to bring it back to like what most tournaments are around the world. It's just a standard elimination round and then a set final, but you say always as athletes turn up here on Friday. This is the last day of juniors. You see one of the power couples in the world of water skiing, Jack Critchley, and he's just turning up. And of course, defending slalom champion down there too, Regina Jaquez.
Yeah, recently engaged, of course.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Jack's knee's still dirty.
Landon Stisher now out of United States, South Carolina, I think it is. Apologies if I got my states mixed up, but looks like he's starting on 14. That's by the look of the rope here. So gets off to not a bad start here, around 3, maybe just slightly down course. He comes to 4, but he's out of 4 nicely. Over to 5, and that's a nice opening pass on the 14.25 metre line.
Yeah, looking the goods on that opener. As I mentioned earlier, don't know if you heard the call I said this morning, Glenn, but Australia, Joel Howley not going to be here.
Oh, I missed that.
For
he couldn't get out of Queensland with the.
Well, I think he could have got out of Queensland. Everyone else has seemed to got out of Queensland. Just seems like it might have been too hard for Joel.
Oh, that's a shame.
But yeah, definitely a crowd favourite. I love getting behind our Aussie skiers.
Oh, unfortunately, I missed that news.
So Landon is going to come back on the 13-metre line. First time to MOOMBA. Was in the top 10 at the Junior World Championships. Personal best on to 10.75. One of three of the competitors on to 10.75, and of course we've got the Eade boys who are on to 10.2. Personal best on 10.25. Pretty crazy to be able to have that. Not to start talking about it yet. Too early, Glenn. I'm quite sure if we're going to get down to that line length, but don't forget that MOOMBA course record, the junior boys MOOMBA course record, is currently held by a hot favourite in the men's slalom.
Here we go. He's landed now. Pass number 2. This is 32 off, 13 metre. Getting it done here. Across the 5. That's a very nice pass, Jared. That was a good 13 metre. Oh, okay. So that was actually 13 metre because Landon started at 14.55k. Caught us out here in commentary. So essentially he ran 14 metre twice. He ran 14 twice because the first time was at 55k, 34 mile an hour, and then he's done it at 58. So that's a sneaky little one. Catches it out. So he will be back in on the 13 metre.
And of course, a big year in the world of tournament skiing. Of course, we've got the World Championships in Italy. Under 21s as well. Yep. And I don't know, you would have heard the news, but 2027 is going to be a big year, Glenn.
It is.
We're going to have not only... I think you're going to have to take like 3 or 4 weeks off work.
Oh, that's good. Sounds like I'm invited. This is great to hear.
Could certainly invite you, no problems.
Thanks,
but yeah, of course, Australia was awarded the Open World Championships a couple of months ago, which are going to be held at Moala in February 2027.
Yeah, that's great news. Great to have the Open Worlds back down in Australia, back down in the Southern Hemisphere, in the Oceania region. So great to see. I know New Zealand skiers are super happy about that. It's very rare to get an Open Worlds in the summertime. Quite often, for some strange reason, they keep having World Championships in the winter. And here we go. Here's Landon. Oh. This is 13. He's in a bit of trouble here. He's going to need to work hard to run this pass. And he does not run the 13 metre line. Yes, so 4.5 there on the 13 metre. Just gradually got later and later there. You see on the replay. Came across the 5. He got around 5, but just couldn't go any further. No way he could take that hit. So he lets it go. 4.5 on the 13.
Yeah, it's a poor old swim when you end up down that end, don't you? It's you got to wait for the pickup boat to swim across the bank. But yeah, he'll be definitely disappointed with not his greatest performance out here on the Arrow. We hope he comes back in 2026.
Not that I'd ever get to ski at MOOMBA again, Jared, but if I fell off down there, if the tide was running that way, I'd just keep on floating on down. head down to one of the bars, the cafes down there in South Bank. It wouldn't be that far, really. It wouldn't take you that long.
So you have skied here before?
I have, mate.
Back in...
Oh, it was the 80s. I skied Junior Worlds here.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. And then...
Did you miss your first pass?
No, I didn't actually. I can't believe you're making me tell everyone this. But
Wow.
I actually made a slalom final at Junior Worlds. Did pretty well. Well, pretty well. I was happy anyway. Finished in the top 10. I think it was, let's say 9th, but it might have been, it was either 7th or 9th. It was an odd number down there at the back end. And so, yeah, that was my time to shine. I loved it because Junior Worlds here were outboard boats, and that's what we had back home in New Zealand, and it was a tricky site. So there's a lot of very good slalom skiers from Europe, and that struggled a bit. For a Kiwi, it actually felt just like home, really. So it wasn't too bad.
So we go now back to Australia, and it's going to be Fletcher Green from Western Australia. Of course, skiing at Bonnie's Lakes over there. Of course, Ryan and Sarah Green running their Green Ski School.
So Fletcher scored, I think it was 4 at 12 yesterday, which is a good score. He's in line, isn't he, for a possible podium in the overall. So he'll be looking to try and increase his slalom score from yesterday to help himself out in the overall.
And I believe, Glenn, that was actually a new PB yesterday too, 4 at 12.
Yeah, that's
PB
what I
before
heard
that was
too.
about 3. So improving on that personal best. See Sister Di Green making her way down to the bank, getting right up. And here goes Fletch. Starting on that 14.25 metre line length. He's certainly shot up in the last 12 months. Certainly, I reckon he's put on about a good 1.5 feet, I reckon, in height.
Super nice kid.
Yeah.
That comes because he's come from a good family. Not really nice parents, grandparents, but he actually came up to me and asked me how I was, and then he actually hung around. For a youngster, don't often do that to an old guy, but he was... Okay, so that was 55K at 14. But yeah, just Fletch was asking me how it was going, how work was, how the family was. That's some serious people skills there from a 16-year-old. Most 16-year-olds don't bother giving me the time of day nowadays. So that was 14.55. So he will be back in at 58K now, but still on the same rope length, 14.25.
Yeah, we'll see how he handles this pass here. As we said, it's heading towards almost quite a little bit of a head current on this pass, but may just make it a little bit easier to slow that ski down as he works his way down this 14.25 at 58Ks, though he's running down course here, Fletch. He's really have to work hard. He needs a big 5 ball, which he does. Leans and locks across to 6, and that will be out the exit gates on the 14.25.
Yeah, good pass there in the end. Conditions really starting to get good now as we get towards low tide. Getting towards that sort of golden hour of slalom skiing on the Yarra. That's sort of half an hour either side of low tide, which is the better conditions for slaloming. Okay, Fletcher coming back. Fletcher Green coming back on the 13-metre line, the green shortening, 32 off. Here he is now, pulls out for the entry gates. Fletcher Green, 13-metre line. Starts pretty well here, round 3. Heads across to 4. He's getting it done. There's a good pass from Fletch. Across to 6. Good skiing. Runs the 13-metre line. Of course, PB yesterday of 4 on the 12, the next pass. So, no reason why he can't do that again.
Just heard if Fletcher runs at this next pass, 12 metres, Di Green's going to shout the bar tonight. Or maybe Kev might shout the bar. Is that more like it, Di? Still got another junior moomba left in him, Fletch, being 17, with junior moomba being under 18s. Let's see if we can get him through this next 12-metre line. We then go Matias Gonzalez, Chile, Sam Bainbridge, New Zealand. We'll have Jake Abelson, Batista Ahumada of Argentina, and then, of course, the Eade brothers, Damien and Jaden Eade, to round things out before we know who is going to be our 2025 Junior Moomba Masters Slalom champion. Glenn, here he comes, Fletch Green.
Yeah, 12-metre line now. Comes out of 1 pretty well. Round 2, he's getting it done, does Fletcher Green. Round 3, he's fighting hard. He's going to get the 4 again. It's going to be a PB. I think he can run this. Jared, round 5, he goes. No! Oh! So close and yet so far. Oh. He had a good shot at it. Put your hands together, Fletcher Green, the young Aussie. 4.5, I think, will be his score on the 12-metre line. Personal best, but for just a nanosecond there, Jared, I thought he had it. I thought we had a full pass coming up.
Oh, yeah, Kev's green was 3/4 of the way open then as he turned 5 ball. Oh, Fletch Green. Another go back to that replay. Didn't have the greatest start either, didn't he? Kind of just sort of reared back on the ski, but that height that he's got, and had a little bit of a height advantage in slalom, but just turned 4 ball and just, I reckon if he had been held on to that handle, I reckon he might have squeaked around 6 ball. But
would have been an exciting 6 ball.
No, congratulations there to Fletcher.
That will increase his overall score, though, a little bit by half a boy in slalom, so that's going to increase his overall score and give him a little bit more of a chance maybe at being on the podium, or even maybe being in the reckoning for silver medal yet. Still got jump to come.
Yeah. It's chasing, of course. He's currently sitting in 3rd. Well, after the first round score, he's sitting behind Francisco Georges. Again, only 90 points between him.
Okay, next competitor from Chile is Matias Gonzalez. And he's going to start 58 14-metre line. Tricked over 11,000 points this morning. It's a very, very good trick skier. Doesn't jump, but he's not a bad slalomer. Regular scores kind of into the 11.25-metre line. It's that great style where he reaches out with that outside arm, back and away, kind of gives his friends on the bank a bit of a wave as he goes past.
Again, Glenn, personal best at 4 on the 11.25, but yeah, go back to that replay and looked good. Looks solid, 14.25, shooting him up to the 13.
Nice pass.
Did have a similar score of what we saw from Fletcher just then on that 12-metre line, 4.5 at 12. But he will have 12 from a different direction than we saw from Fletcher.
That's right. Possibly a harder direction, although there's not too much in it at the moment.
Back on the 13 metres now. Eyes down to the city end, turns for those entry gates, snaps one, locks in, easy for 2, slows that ski down now, looks to 3, does, takes it in, working into 4 ball now. No, he's down course, he's going to need a big 5 ball, he's going to be there. Is he going to make 6 though? Just sneaks out through 6, Matias Gonzalez. Wow, that can't do that on this next pass though, Glenn. 12 metres, you don't have that sort of line to be late and turn 4 ball the way he did.
No, that's right. Scrapes his way through that 13-metre pass. Wasn't really skiing wide enough. With some of the boys he did, but a few of those boys he pulled up a bit narrow, which means that you got to do your turn after the boy rather than before, and made himself a little bit late. He's going to have to sort it out here, as you say, on this 12-metre pass. Yeah, 12-metre line now coming up for Matias Gonzalez. Beautiful afternoon here in Melbourne as we on the eve of the MOOMBA Festival. Of course, Junior MOOMBA on at the moment. Senior MOOMBA, Open MOOMBA. Here we go. Here's the 12-metre line now. Matias Gonzalez out of Chile. It's around 1. Not a bad start on 1. Out of 2. He's hanging in there. Across the 3. Getting it done. Looks like a good pass so far. Round 4. Getting a little down course, but I think he's okay. Round 5 all the way to 6. Across to 6.
Whoa.
No, not quite. Outside 6 ball, slips inside 6. It'll be 5 on the 12-metre line.
Yeah.
The Argentinian.
That was that was pretty clear cut there. We could see 6 ball at this end, but yeah. Wow.
I thought he'd almost done enough, Jared. I really did, but
yeah, he was early into 2 ball there. I think you were right, Glenn. Being that right foot forward, you're 2-4 side, had a great 4 ball turn. It's just that fraction down course. Once again, with that 12 metres, you don't have a lot of, you've only got half a metre worth of rope spare. You get even that fraction of an inch down course, and unfortunately that's going to end your campaign, but
great shot of the favourite, Jaden Eade, just going for a warm-up run in front of the crowd.
yeah. Just nearly knocked Dad over as he ran past. Hey, Dad, get out of my way. Yeah, moving in now to the top, what do we got? Top 5?
Yep, and it's a Kiwi up next. New Zealand water ski fans. There's a lot of them come over to MOOMBA. They love MOOMBA, the Kiwis. It's not far. It's a 3-hour flight. If you're going to go to a pro water ski tournament and you live in New Zealand, MOOMBA is obviously your cheapest and closest option. And a lot of Kiwis I've seen arrive on site yesterday and today to watch this event. And I'm sure there's plenty back home watching this webcast. Be wishing Sam Bainbridge the best. He's got a a puncher's chance here, an outside chance of getting on the podium. He's going to go into this now. I think he had was it a half at 11 in yesterday, 1 at 11, and the lead of course is 5.5 at 11. There's a couple of skiers on 4 at 11, and another one at maybe 1.5 or 3 is at 11. Yeah, so he would need. He needs to run 11, basically. He would have to run 11, which he's capable of. He's done that before. And if he could run 11 and then maybe there'd be a few hiccups along the way, then he could find himself on the podium. So we wish him all the best. The young Kiwi, Sam Bainbridge.
Can he do it on the biggest stage, on the biggest site in the world? Of course, MOOMBA being the world. We'll see that tonight, especially with Friday night jump later on. Of course, we've got fireworks. Got the IWWF ski show team going to be out. They've got 2 shows tonight. It's going to be an exciting night here to really kick things off for a long weekend. Melbourne crowd usually gets fired up because it is a long weekend. Everyone can go out and relax. Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night.
Well, if you're going to, if you're going to have a beer. Or a cold, a drink. Friday night's the night to do it. I guess in a long week, it gives yourself the whole weekend to recover. So I'd say that if you can be pretty big out there on the town tonight. Here is Sam Bainbridge now, 14-metre line on the Swan Street Bridge end. Conditions are good now. I think these top 5 slalomers are going to really enjoy the conditions out there. About as good as it gets on the Yarra. There you go. Good pass there from Sam on the 14.25 metre line.
You don't look nice. Looked a little bit unsettled. Saw him. You can see him pretty clearly from 4 ball into 5. Just looked a little bit unsettled through the wakes.
Possibly. Lives beautiful residential man-made lake facility in New Zealand. Probably one of our best. Just north of Christchurch at Rangiora. Northbrook Waters. Grown up with a slalom course on his back doorstep.
A few of the Bainbridge kids. We've got Zach, Sam.
Yeah, that's it.
More? Oh, that's it?
That's
it
it,
always seems
yeah.
like there's more.
Big supporters of MOOMBA. They've been coming over to Junior MOOMBA for 2 or 3 years now. Sam's last MOOMBA, Junior MOOMBA. Zach will have some more. Sam Bainbridge, I know you're reading out the names of the guys in the line for overall, but Sam Bainbridge a bit of a shout in overall. I guess probably he hasn't tricked super well at this tournament. Didn't jump overly well either, but he'd still be somewhere in the mix, I'd say.
He's not far off. We'll talk about that after this pass, but see if we can get him through this 13 metres. I said, looking a little bit unsettled. Looks much better. 3 ball there. He's 2.4. He's just not. Ski just doesn't seem to be turning on that 2.46 side, or 2.4 side more. But yeah, look, gets it done. Gets through that 13 metres. Yeah, going back to overall. Yeah, if you look at, we keep talking about Francisco, Fletcher, and BG Bickley being the sort of the contenders for that podium spot, with Jake Abelson the clear winner so far, being that he's got 3,000 points, the maximum. But Jacob Saddington and Sam Bainbridge are in a very similar sort of hole. They're 1,800 odd points, where BG is 2,100 points. 300 points in overall is not a lot. But the problem is, as you said, Sam's done as much as what he can almost do. He can't really improve too much more in slalom. He would have had to improve a lot more in tricks, and can improve more in jump. Has he got it in him, though? That's the question.
He does, but Sam, don't underestimate Sam Bainbridge in slalom, mate. Like he has run 11 metre in tournaments. Obviously, the Yarra's a little bit more difficult, but like you say, he's looked a little bit unsettled so far this set, but he's just got to get through this 12 metre pass, get a good start at 11. And the difference for him, he's sitting on a 1 at 11. If he could somehow run 11, all of a sudden he's actually got the top overall score. for slalom, you know, amongst the overall scores, because the Eade boys and Batista from Argentina are not in the overall. So you never know. It's all ahead of him. He's going to have to ski well, but Sam still has a chance at podium in overall.
Well, he's ultimately trying to chase the score of Jake Abelson because he's got the 1,000 points in that overall. So you're looking at least getting to 3 at 11 to give himself an extra 50 points.
This won't be easy though. 12-metre line from Swan Street Bridge in. The current has kind of gone. There is a little bit of a tail breeze though now. God, big one ball. That's probably one of the best one balls of the morning or the afternoon. Round 3, big arm in the water on 3. He's fighting hard for this. Come on, Sam. Heads down to 5. He's getting late. Can he get the 6? I think he can. A lot of slack. He's got the 6 and out the X gates. That's a sensational pass. Sam Bainbridge. Little, kind of little in stature for a slalom skier, but I tell you what, it worked well for him out there. This is great skiing, great one ball. He got a good start, and then 2 ball wasn't so good. What's the replay? This is a big 3 ball.
Yeah. His 1-3-5 turn's just phenomenal, isn't it? Just bang, snaps that ski around 5 ball, and that's the only reason why he made it out through 6, but yeah, wow.
Great skiing. Well, comes down to what he can get here now. He didn't get a start yesterday at 11. He finished up with 1. Belong.
New Zealand's only chance. Come on, Glenn.
Yeah, come on, 11.25 middle line now from the city in Sam Bainbridge. Round 1. Big one ball. He couldn't take it. Big hit. Big slack line on 1. It was a big hit to take. He might get 1. He might get half. It's a boat score. It's a judge's call. I'd be giving him 1.
Yeah, definitely. Oh.
Wow.
That's why we're not judges.
Sheesh. Judges are giving him half. We will review, though. We will review. I'm demanding a review on that one, Jared, the Kiwi skier.
So, as we head now into the top 4. 4 skiers left. Current best score. We haven't got the official score, but we're going to say he's going to be half on the 11.25 from Sam Bainbridge in the second round. Puts him into first place with the 4 skiers left. Dylan Wright we saw with a 0 on 11.25 going inside 1 ball. And then we have a bit of a logjam back on that 12-metre pass. But Matias Gonzalez and Fletcher Green both with 4.5 and 5 at the 12. We go now, we have the USA and Argentina in the driver's seat in this boys slalom second round. Jake Abelson, junior trick champion with a new junior course record here with 12,150 points in tricks early this morning. We'll then have Batista Ahumada of Argentina, Damien Eade from the USA, and then Jaden Eade to round things out.
Okay, so Jake Abelson now, 58 on the 14.25 metre line. Remarkable in the fact I can't see it changing now because he's so far ahead in jump, but he's now, in terms of slalom, he's going to finish up with 1,000 overall points in slalom. So he's going to get the clean sweep, 3,000 overall points, top score of the overall skiers in slalom, tricks and jump. That doesn't happen all that often, Jared. Okay, the judges have confirmed half a boy for Sam Bainbridge. I must admit, looking on review, you could see it that way if you wanted to, Jared. Okay, here's Jake Abelson now. This is the 14.25, 28 off. If you're watching back home in Arizona on the United States. Beautiful afternoon in Melbourne. That's a beautiful slalom pass from Jake Abelson. He's in all kinds of form. Jake's jumping yesterday was phenomenal. Nothing short of amazing. And he, you know, like I said yesterday, a couple of years ago you thought of him as a super talented youngster that could trick amazingly well for a young age. Now all of a sudden you start to think of him as a world overall champion in the making, future world overall. And I'm talking, I mean, as good as Joel Poland is, as good as Louis de Plom-Freiberg is, as good as Dorian Llewellyn is, and all those top overall skiers. Man, give Jake Abelson another couple of years, and he's going to be right up there in the mix.
Yeah,
it's unbelievable.
Totally agree. And especially, as you said, you go back, you think of his world trick record holder.
13,000 points.
You usually don't get a lot of that either. You don't get a world record and still be up there competing in all 3 events at that sort of level. So the pedigree there with, of course, Dad Richard. He was a superstar skier, weren't you, Richard?
Still is.
He's so modest, isn't he? But no, great to have the Abelsons back, and we'll see if Jake can make his way down onto this 11.25. But this is the 13 coming up. Behind that 6.2 litre GM Marine engine. Oh, no! Whoa!
Bit of an upset there.
Oh, Jake. Is he okay? He needs to give us a wave. Jake, you're right. He gives us a wave. That's good.
Wow. That was a bit of an upset,
Whoa.
wasn't it? Jeez. What's the replay? Did he? I presume he just hung on to that for a second there. I think there was concern that maybe his arm was caught through the handle or something, but I don't think so.
It just looked like, you know, I don't even know. Like, it looked like he turned okay and then just sort of maybe even overturned the boy a little bit too much.
Here we go. Another look at this fall. Wow, that's a shame because he's had a great tournament. It's not going to make any difference to his overall or anything. It just counts him out of a chance now at a podium in the slalom.
Yeah, it pushes him a fair way down the list. So that means now we go back. Still got 3 skiers left, but the bubble score, the bubble will be somewhere around about. Let's go back and have a bit of a look. Going to be.
Well, it's Sam
Bainbridge, but he's going to need. What's the difference between the two of them?
Yeah.
It's going to need sort of deep 12.
Well, not even deep. A couple at 12 roughly for these next couple of skiers.
Yeah, so they need to get more than that.
But look, it's the Yarra River. Anything can happen, and you know.
We just saw that.
Exactly, we just saw it with Jake. So these guys to come are really only need a couple at 12 to get onto the podium. But anything can happen on the Yarra. Sam Bainbridge has this little sniff here. You never know. Here he could end up on the podium, but 3 very, very good skiers yet to come.
So we go to Argentina now. Batista Ahumada. Took home, I think, silver in the tricks earlier this morning. Looking good on the slalom ski. Gets out wide onto 5 ball, and it's a nice opening pass again from our junior athletes.
Nice pass.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was 14.25. We'll be back in on the 13-metre line. Down to our final 3 now. We've got the Argentinian on the water now, and then the 2 Americans, of course. Sorry, Murray. But the 2 Americans, Damien and Jaden Eade, will be our final 2 seeds off the dock.
Can he be a dual citizen in New Zealand?
Of course.
There you go. Are they dual citizens?
Oh, yeah.
So you can call them both.
Of course. Well, I'm a Kiwi commentator, so maybe I'll call them Kiwis for the sake of this one.
I would. I'd claim them.
So it's going to take. It would take a few things to fall into place, but if Sam Bainbridge ends up on the podium, we could have an all Kiwi podium here. Am I starting to get a little bit out of my lane here?
I think you might be heading the wrong direction there, Glenn.
Okay. I'm writing the press release
Yeah,
right now.
definitely. Here he goes, Batista Ahumada. Let's get him through 13 meters. Nice one. Again, slows that ski down, gets 2, dials 3, and looking nice and balanced on that slalom skis. He turns 5 and will finish it off 13 meters. Nice and easy there. He's, of course, the defending US Masters Slalom champion. And that was, of course, against Jaden Eade. Going back to Callaway Gardens up there in Georgia.
So I haven't exactly done the maths, but I think maybe 3 boys on this pass here will get him on the podium, give him the lead. He won't be thinking about it. He'll be thinking about running this pass and then trying to run 11 and trying to win the event is what I'm sure he's thinking about.
Yeah, 2.5 will equal it. 3 will give him a guaranteed podium. He's going to need to run 11 if he wants to be in first place, I'm going to say, because I reckon one of these Eade brothers are going to poke something out. I've just got a funny feeling about that, Glenn, but closing stages.
The conditions certainly are on the improve.
You see the ski nautique now dialing up 58 kilometers per hour, 12 meters. Glenn, here he comes under the Swan Street Bridge. Batista Ahumada, can he run the 12?
Well, 3 boys gets him on the podium for sure, but he'll need to run this pass if he wants to challenge the Eade brothers. Could start on 1. Round 2. Oh, no! What's happened here? Unbelievable turn of events. And Sam Bainbridge, the Kiwi, is going to get on the podium here, Jarrett. We'll have to check our maths. But that is a bit of an upset. Unbelievable stuff. 1.5 on the 12-metre line. The Yarra River, eh? Just sort of chews up another one and spits it out. Spits him out because did not expect that. Looked so good in the round yesterday.
Yeah, well, Glenn, the calculation is correct. We're going to have New Zealand on the podium in the junior boys slalom.
Looking for a clean sweep here, actually,
Wow.
New Zealand.
Batista is going to sit on that bubble score, though. So he's now the score to beat. So it's still going to be for the Eade brothers. It's still going to be, you need to drop back to about 2 at 12.
Well, yeah, disappointing for Batista. Bit of an upset, but yeah, certainly makes things exciting. And congratulations to Sam Bainbridge, who at worst is going to finish 3rd here at Junior MOOMBA in slalom. And for Sam Bainbridge, the road to that podium finish is pretty simple. He was able to run 12-metre both days, and that's the key, you know. It's not an easy thing on the Yarra and Junior MOOMBA to run 12 2 days in a row, and that's what Sam Bainbridge was able to do, and he's going to pick up, we expect a bronze, a 3rd place, but you never quite know in the sport of water skiing. So first up out of the Eade brothers will be the younger brother, Damien. He'll be the first skier. Expect him to start, I think, on the 14-metre line.
Of course, the boys will use these next few passes and give himself a bit of confidence going into the open competition. We've got Jaden going to be in seed. I think both of them may even be in seed 1. Seed 1 tomorrow. So let's see what we can do now. USA, New Zealand's already booked their spot on the podium. Will the USA take the top 2 spots? Damien Eade on the 14.25 line. Going to work his way through there on his slalom ski. Turns 4 ball, looking nice. Great 5. Again out through 6 there. No problem. No issues there whatsoever.
Conditions are, wow. I'm not out there doing it, I'm not sure. But from here, the conditions look great. I mean, I think this is about as good as it gets on the Yarra. Low tide, very little current. Littlest of breezes puffing around, but nothing major.
If anything, a little slight breeze might just knock some of the small rollers out.
That's right, yeah.
Keep a bit more consistency across the top of the river. Of course, still a lot of work left. 13 metres coming up. Damien Eade.
13 metre coming up. 32 off. Damien Eade. Conditions, we've said a few times, about as good as they get on the Yarra. A beautiful afternoon here in Melbourne. Perfect temperature for water ski viewing. And here comes Damien Eade. 13 metre line, 32 off. Ooh. Not the greatest 2 ball, but he's okay out of 3. Makes it up. Round 4. Across the 5. That's a pretty simple pass there for Damien. Runs out early. Waits for 6. And out the exit gates. Runs the 13 metre line.
And knock it down. I said both of these. Damien's personal best of 1 at the 10.25 and Jaden with 2 on the 10.25. But
we have a gate review.
Oh, Glenn, could this be devastation for the
USA? He doesn't actually have to have gone through the gates, but he needs some part of a ski needs to have touched a gate buoy at some stage.
Yeah.
So this is going to be a close one here.
The good thing with that ruling is it is pretty clear cut. It's rather you're going to touch and you give the skier the benefit of the doubt, or you clearly missed it. But we'll wait nervously to see whether this is a completed pass, because as we said, the skiers have got to go through the entry gates and out the exit gates. If this review comes back, it's going to be in all kinds of trouble.
Well, we wish the best for that gate review. Because we had this at Uni Worlds, and at Uni Worlds, the US team manager produced $250 US, which is the you can get a. I don't know if that happens in MOOMBA. You don't. No.
So
Murray, you can sit down. There's no need to get up here with the cash. Just relax, because we don't take reviews. But hopefully this is all good here for Damien. Waiting for the call.
It must be pretty close if they're looking at this. So still waiting.
Jeez, they've taken this long. It's got to be close.
It's got to be close. Wow.
You must wonder if a ski company could come up with something for the MOOMBA gate that comes out the side of your ski just as you go past the buoy to give it a little clip.
Maybe. How about we do that? They're doing we already do it in tennis. The NFL are going to trial it this year with Hawkeye. Maybe we need Hawkeye and have like an edge on the ski. Oh,
gate's okay, folks. We're all good. There we go. Just a bit of drama being added. I'm sure they were fine all along. We're just trying to add some drama here on the Yarra. The gates are okay. Some part of his ski at some stage touched the buoy, so he's okay. And we head back on now. 12-metre line coming up for Damien.
The good thing about this is we've probably stopped for an extra 15 to 20
it's perfect.
seconds. And it's going to get any better
Pretty
for
smart
him.
tactic.
Yeah.
Pretty smart tactic, I think.
Oh, you reckon it's
Damien?
a tactic?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay.
You're going to get the calmest water of anyone in this final.
Yeah.
Here he comes now. Damien Eade, 12-metre line. Good one, Paul.
Yeah.
Great start on. Waits for 2. Round 2 he goes. Round 3. Gets ahead of Sammy Bainbridge here in the slalom second round. Oh, lovely
big
12-metre
fight
pass.
ball.
No worries at all.
Yeah.
Good skiing.
That's nice.
So he's at worst he'll get a silver medal here in the boys slalom.
That's what you want. You want to come all the way from Florida, come here, ski, first time on the Yarra, and guarantee yourself a silver medal. Hey, it's not bad work. The hours of effort they put in down at Ski Fluid, training, preparing. All culminates in this one coming up right now. He's on to the 11.25. He is, don't forget though, Glenn, he's still 1.5 boys behind Jaden.
Yeah, so he needs to run this pass.
He needs to run
if
it.
he's going to beat his older brother. He'll have to run this pass and pick up 1 or 2 on the next pass, I think, to have a chance of beating his brother, although you never know because strange things happen on the Yarra. Because the Eade boys actually have been here before as toddlers when Dad Kyle was competing as a pro here at MOOMBA, so they have been to the Yarra before. They probably don't remember it.
Here he comes.
11.25.
See if he can get the same sort of start we saw on the 12. Nice long reach. Waits for the ball, waits for the boat. Oh no, back of the ski though. He's going to have to work here. He's around 3, big 3 ball. Now into 4, a lot of speed into 4. S turns, back to the weights, almost a carbon copy
Same
of
thing,
yesterday. Yeah. And 4 on the 11.25 there for
good.
Damien Eade.
Look, I will say this, it is good, consistent skiing, and quite often Junior MOOMBA, good, consistent skiing, a bit like Sam Bainbridge at a lower level, will get you on the podium. So he's one little hiccup from Jaden, and Damien's put himself in a very good position to win this, but it does mean so. What have we got? 3 boys at 11 required by Jaden to win this event. 3 boys, I'd say. Because it's not good enough for Jaden to just tie with Damien. There'll be no runoff like Junior Worlds. It comes down to who scored the most in this second round. So under my understanding anyway, the rules, Jaden's going to need to clear 3 boys at 11 to take the title.
Yeah, we had that issue in the girls, of course. Had a tie after the 2 rounds added together. But of course, seeding the final round score is what calculates. Whoever's the better final round score is deemed the winner, unless both round scores are a tie. Starting on the 14.25 line. Final competitor. We already know that Damien Eade is going to guarantee himself a silver medal. Sammy Bainbridge guaranteed a bronze. All comes down to our final competitor, Jaden Eade of the USA. Of course, the Junior World Slalom Champion from last year. Was a runner-up in the Junior US Masters. Batted it out in the head-to-head challenge at the US Masters against Batista Ahumada and won that one as well. Looking good so far there. Jaden Eade opening past 14.25.
Yep, so I know the Eades represent the USA at world events. But I don't care. I'm going to claim this as an all-Kiwi podium. So, it's great skiing. Great day for New Zealand water skiing. Sam Bainbridge on the podium. And obviously Jaden's got a little bit of work left to do here to get on the podium. But I think everyone's expecting that the battle will come down between Damien and Jaden Eade for first and second.
A repeat of the Junior Worlds. Just awaiting that ski nautique to come in, and Jaden Eade, as we see it now, make the turn under the Melbourne City skyline, and can Jaden Eade complete this 13 metres? Nice and tall, slows that ski down beautifully. Nice edge change, 5 ball coming up, snaps 5.
Great pass.
Easy through that
really
13
good pass.
metres, yeah.
Easy as you like. Jaden Eade runs 32 off, 13 metre line. So shorten down to the 12 metre line now. Blue shortening. And I was going to say he needs something to get on the podium, but he'd probably already be on the podium, actually, when I think about it. Maybe not quite, but he had a boy-and-a-half lead over Batista. It might be a tie, actually, at the moment. But that's all pretty irrelevant, because I'm sure Jaden's going to make his way through this pass.
I think you need to get about 2, I think, on 12 to...
I think
just run it. Just don't put any doubt in your mind. Just go out here.
Oh, he won't be thinking.
Nah.
He's not thinking about getting on the podium. He's thinking about running 12, coming back on 11 and beating his brother, basically.
Yeah.
Probably wants to. He'll want to run 11 as well to set him up for tomorrow. You know, because he's got, not only does he want to win Junior MOOMBA, but he's got Open MOOMBA starting tomorrow as well. And, you know, the juniors in some ways do get just a little bit of an advantage here with a bit of, with Junior MOOMBA. They get a couple of extra sets here on the arrow.
Gives you at least a little bit of consistency as you go into the Opens. But yeah, Jaden Eade. It comes down now 12 metres. Must run pass. As he comes under the Swan Street Bridge. See the chattering as that ski as he comes on that pre-turn and the glide. Now 1 ball. Looks nice. Tall for 2 again. Gets on it early into 3 ball. Yeah, looking good so far. He's guaranteed that podium spot. Big 5 ball as well. Put your hands together, Melbourne. 12 metres done from Jaden Eade. Comes down to this though, Glenn. 2.5.
Sure does.
Needs a piece of 3 ball.
Well, he actually kind of needs to get all of 3 ball if you run the numbers, because if he's got a boy-and-a-half lead, but because we don't have runoffs, he's got to be a clear winner.
I think, as you said, I think he's in his mind, he wants to be able to run this. Give himself the confidence that he can go into tomorrow knowing that he's got the 11.25, 38 off pass under his belt on the Yarra.
Yep, about half an hour away from low tide, so conditions as good as they get. We're kind of getting to that little Goldilocks hour here on the Yarra, that half hour either side of low tide, which is... Transit's probably going to get the best water here when you think about it. We're going to open up for transit at low tide. They deserve it, though. They've trained hard all year. Okay, here's Jaden Eade now, 11.25 metre line. 38 off from the city end. Good start on 1. Round 2 he goes. Across to 3. Gets 3. Over. Oh, my Lord, what's happened here? Oh, get your abacus out, get your calculator out. I think Damien Eade may have just won Junior Moomba, and
it looks like that is the way.
Jaden is going to be second. I can't believe this. That is unbelievable scenes here because he looked to be on time and early.
Well, again, it is going to be a tie.
It's a tie, but the
Between
way
them,
it
but-
works at Moomba is it goes to who skied better in the second round, which will be Damien. We'll get it confirmed by the judges, but wow. He was not late either. Where he fell off. He was early as you like on 3 ball.
I reckon he kind of might have gone, oh yeah, I know I only had to get the full 3 here, and I'm good for the win. But so there you go. That confirmed score of 2.5 at the 11.25 means your 2025 Junior Boys Slalom champion is from the USA, and it's Damien Eade. But congratulations out there to Jaden Eade as well. Jaden, I know it's disappointing, mate, but he picked you to Junior Worlds. He's got you here at Moomba, and let's see if they can battle it out together in the open.
Well, they will
Moomba as well.
And Sammy Bainbridge from
Yeah.
Christchurch, New Zealand, will get on the podium bronze medal in Junior Moomba, and that's a little bit of a. Well, you got to say, JR, a clean sweep for New Zealand.
Yeah, 100%. I'll give you that
Junior
one.
Moomba Slalom. Thanks very much.
But that means that we are going to give you guys a bit of a break. There's been a lot of slalom action from these juniors. We've crowned ourselves 2 junior Moomba champions in the slalom event. We're still going to come back. We're going to have a course change. We're going to have a transit. We're going to have a course change, and we'll be back with a round 2 of our junior girls jump here from the 2025 Moomba Masters.
All right, folks, and go is the call for under 17 girls jump. Selena Appleton has just departed the dock and made her way towards the city. She'll wait in the holding bay momentarily, and then we will be back on course for her first of 3 jumps for MOOMBA Masters 2020 under 17 girls jump round 1. Well, if you haven't seen jump before, of course, we've got plenty of experienced water skiers in the audience, but if you're just down for a bit of a look and you're seeing what this is all about, the jump event, we measure distance and distance only. There's no points for form. We each of our skiers have 3 jumps each. If you have a fall, that's obviously a 0 score for that particular jump, but you still get your other 2 jumps. If you decide that you're not comfortable coming into the ramp, it's often very safe to just release the handle and ski around the jump. That's known as a pass. That's also a 0 score. As Selena Appleton on the water now for her first of 3. Moving in, pushing hard. Conditions look pretty good here this afternoon. And a nice controlled little opener there for Selena Appleton from Queensland.
Yes, welcome along, folks. Moving on through our program. Friday afternoon here, because Junior MOOMBA are underway. We've got the beginning of the second round of jump. Got the girls up first, of course, followed by the boys. Promises to be entertaining. Certainly was yesterday in round 1. Plenty of thrills and spills out there on the Yarra River. 26.4 is the opening jump for Selena Appleton. Solid enough opening jump. Yeah, so our program this afternoon, we've got the girls, as I said, the girls jump on at the moment, followed by the boys jump. Then we pretty much roll from the finish of the boys jump isn't until about 7:10 this evening. And then we pretty much roll into
ski show.
Ski show, got a quick ski show. And then 8 p.m. we rock into night jump.
Yeah, so I suppose the first ski show, it's 20 minutes long. It's a bit of a teaser because we go into night jump. Then we have a half-hour ski show from, well, I'll say approximately 9:20 through till 10 to 10. So plenty of action right through the evening. You wouldn't want to be anywhere else on a Friday night but the shores of the Yarra River right here in Melbourne. So we have, as I mentioned, ski show, jump, night jump, day jump. You've got to say it's all happening, haven't you, Glenn?
It's all happening here.
Second jump.
On the Yarra River. 26.4 on the first. Let's see if she can't go further. Oh, nice little boot off the top. I think that might be a little bit further, actually. Yeah, a little more into the course there, a bit more speed. And she might have gone a little bit further.
So for under 17 girls, this is the final event of their 3. They've skied in trick slalom and jump yesterday and today. So at the end of the event, we'll tabulate scores. We will have also an overall skier.
29.8. That's a ripper of a jump.
29.8, quite an improvement.
Selena.
Well done.
Very good jump.
As I was saying, we'll have an overall champion, which is pretty much signed, sealed and delivered, but then there's quite a tight tussle for second and third, so we'll talk about that as we go through. And this is the final event for under 17 girls, and then the boys jump will wrap up the under 17 junior MOOMBA event for 2025. A number of these skiers, as you've been mentioning, Glenn, over the course of the weekend, or the couple of days, will be competing over the weekend in the open competition, so they no doubt would be looking forward to that.
Absolutely. Because tomorrow's program during the day we have women's and men's slalom elimination round. So that's from 8 a.m. in the morning through till 3 p.m. in the afternoon, and then we have the men's elimination round.
So really, Glenn, because it sort of goes all day into the night and for a number of days, probably the best thing to do would be just to pitch a tent in one of the grassy areas on the edge of the... Yeah, okay, here she comes, Selena Appleton. Jump number 3. This is a pretty good looking approach. Pushes on that right ski, stays nice and low. Maybe not the lift she would like to have had, but nonetheless controlled, and a good controlled set of jumps, and hopefully that one's in excess of 29.8, but I've got a feeling that the second jump may well remain her longest for the set, Selena Appleton.
Yeah, I agree with you, Rob. I think the last one not quite as fast, still a good jump. Yeah, 29 flat, 29 metres, so 29.8 on jump number 2 is the best for Selena Appleton. That's an excellent effort.
Pretty good though, like for considering her age and size, like jumping up, that's pretty close. That's knocking on the door of 100 feet. So good jumping set there from Selena Appleton.
Next competitor from France is Valentine Morale out of France.
Well, Selena Appleton's longest jump today, 29.8. That was actually the longest jump of Valentine Morel from her first round. So a little bit of an interesting tussle between those two when you're adding the 2 rounds of scores together. Valentine, no doubt, would be looking to just make an improvement on that first round. Remains to be seen. Do the conditions look nice, don't they, Glenn? Not much of a breeze to speak of. Water's looking as calm as it ever really is on the Yarra, so things are looking good for some good scoring here this afternoon between our under-17 girls and also the under-18 boys.
Right on low tide, which means it probably is as good as it can get. I just wonder how much width, probably Appleton, our top boys jumpers, just how much width they have. Stones coming down to meet them a little bit. It could just add a little bit of excitement.
For us and not them.
Well,
Right.
yeah, exactly. A single cut here, first jump.
Rides that one out. A little bit of a heavy landing, but never in doubt of riding it away.
A couple of the girls, of course, had jump crashes yesterday. I can't remember, though, whether Valentine did or not, but it's unusual to see in round 2 starting with a single cut.
Well, I wonder if, once again, Glenn just wants to get a feel for the conditions before she ups the ante a little. Because as we've mentioned, like a lot of the European skiers are coming out of winter. It's the beginning of their season, where ours is coming to its, well, not so much conclusion. It's coming to its peak, to its crescendo. Really, we're having nationals in a month or so, and Aussie Kiwi Championships. So plenty of the big tournaments, a couple of big tournaments in Australia and New Zealand still to come. First jump.
She'll move now onto the 3/4 cut.
Okay, well, let's see if she adjusts her approach, which she does, Glenn. You're bang on the money. That three-quarter cut pushed out to the side there. Now starts the approach. Wants to generate more speed this time around. Stays in nice and low, gets some lift. A little, maybe a fraction back on her heels, but rides it out. So hopefully that will be a pretty healthy improvement of distance from that opening jump of 26 metres.
Yeah, it's a bit further, not massively further though.
Well, she
28 maybe, 27.
did come off a little on her heels,
yeah,
so she
would
have had a little more speed, but just lost some of that momentum. Ooh.
That's unusual, isn't it? 26.5 is the distance, but only went half a metre further off the three-quarter cut, which sort of shows she was probably a little bit early and on her heels, as you say, Rob.
But just shows how important the combination of it's not all speed, because often people going, oh yeah, you know, cut later, get more speed, but it's the lift off the ramp's so important, and that's why somebody like Freddie Kruger, it's documented and measured as I think a bit of fun that Freddie Kruger, I think he jumped 50 metres, 165 feet off a single cut, and you know, and obviously that's not just all speed, that's a bit of skill involved as well.
Absolutely. Beautiful conditions here, Rob. We're just getting a little bit of a head breeze now.
A little bit of headwind, yeah.
No, it's the very few rollies out there because of we're down almost to low tide. Absolutely perfect conditions. And there we go. Valentine Morel out of France. That'll be the biggest jump. That one could be pretty close to 30, yeah. I think. Rob?
What do you think, Glenn, in critiquing the jump? A little bit of an upper body crush as well on her heels on the last. Just trying to find that perfect balance, the happy medium there in those last couple of jumps.
Yeah, 29.5 there for the French competitor.
It's well done, 29.5, which, according to my calculations, at the moment might just still leave Selena Appleton in the lead. Ever so slender might that lead be, but a lead nonetheless.
Local Victorian skier now, Jada Sweeney, originally from Geelong. She's just about to start university or on the verge of starting university. I'm not exactly sure where she's going to go to university, but may well be here in Melbourne, but I'm not sure, I haven't heard. But originally from Geelong.
Yeah, well, if she's originally from Geelong and skis at the Geelong Ski Club, she might still live in Geelong. It's probably not out of the question, Glenn, to go to Melbourne University and commute from Geelong.
Oh, if you get on the train, yeah.
But we'll drive up.
Jada Sweeney jumped a credible 34.2 yesterday. It was a good jump from her. So this should be a bit of a step up from our first couple of jumpers. Recently represented Australia at the University World Championships in Auckland, New Zealand.
Sure, that would have been a fun event. Oh, I think you said it was, but
it was, yeah. Great event. Lovely little head breeze now for these girls. See how she goes. Jada Sweeney into the ramp. Tidy jump.
Good way to start.
32-ish, maybe 31 to 32.
Very controlled leap, wasn't it, Glenn? Turned in that what looked like to probably be a perfect spot, or a spot that she was very happy with. Just built the speed into the bottom. Stayed reasonably low and just got some good lift. Floated through the air, good work. So
Yeah, 31.8. 31.8. New leader in this girls jump, Junior MOOMBA.
I'm sure, and I hope she can build from there, because opening round, as you mentioned, 34.2 was her longest. So she'll be looking to push it up to around 35 metres, I would think.
Of course, the event's being towed exclusively by Nautique. It's 25 years of Nautique involvement at the MOOMBA Masters. #1 tournament towboat in the world.
They certainly know how to build a boat, don't they? The Ski Nautique company. Did you see the wakeboard boat, Glenn, during the wakeboarding?
Isn't that magnificent?
What about? I was reading some specs, like it holds 65 gallons of fuel. I didn't look at what size engine they put in them, but it weighs, because the Americans talk in imperial, 7,700 pounds or something. It's triple the weight of the Ski Nautique tournament towboat. So it's kind of, in its own way, in the nicest possible way, it's a monster.
Well, I love my Ford Ranger ute, but I don't think I'd have the capacity in that ute to tow a boat of that size. That's a big machine. Here's Jada Sweeney. It's jump number 2.
Better.
That's a little further, gain another
so.
metre or so, I'd say. Still not as big as that 34.2 metre jump yesterday, the blockbuster.
Just looking at the replay, 32.7. 32.7, so she's up the ante a little bit. Now, of course, Glenn, that particular vehicle manufacturer that you mentioned, they're not a sponsor, so we...
Oh, sorry.
I won't say their name, but actually I've got one as well, so now I know that you've got one and I've got one. I'll have to change cars now. I'll have to get another vehicle.
Well, well, they're not a sponsor, and obviously they're an inferior product as well if they can't tow a wakeboard boat. Maybe if they were GM Marine...
Ah, yes. The GM Marine vehicle section.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know it's probably GM Marine don't have a vehicle section, because a bit of a contradiction of terms. So
yeah.
It's, so Jada Sweeney. Well, 34, was it? Where I'm just
Yeah, 34.2 yesterday.
34.2.
So far the set hasn't, she's building nicely,
No.
but 32.7 on the last.
Look nicely. If she can do something like that last jump and maybe just bring the cut down a little and get that lift that she got. She seems to be getting adequate lift out of the ramp. So maybe just a little bit more speed is what she needs. So with the 32.7 on the board, looking to, because she'd definitely be wanting to look at something around 35 metres ideal conditions. Pulls out to the side and turns now. Pushes hard through the wakes. Edges strongly into the base of the ramp.
There you go.
Some nice form there. And Jada Sweeney up and over. And I'm trying to, what are you thinking, Glenn? 30,
it's not quite. My thinking is it's definitely further than.
I'm going to go, yeah.
But I don't think it's quite as far as yesterday's.
Yeah. I'm prepared to go 34.
I'll go 33.8. How's that? So you see the
Sounds
closest.
all right.
Oh, well done, Rob. 34.1.
Yeah, I'm a little bit lucky there. It's sort of a bit of a guessing game, really. So now, Megan Pelkey, our next competitor. She has come all the way from Canada, and she's got a pretty good chance of second overall, but it's pretty tight between her and Zali Reeves, so no doubt she'll be looking to improve on her jump of yesterday, which was 34.5. So we have another jumper looking at 35 plus as probably their goal distance. All right, now we're just going to double check because there's a bit of a pause down on the dock. We are going to just check if there is a transit scheduled for 4 o'clock, and there is. Now, whether we don't have time to run the next skier before the river opening for transit would commence, and therefore it has just commenced. And as I speak, we hear the message come through from the Chief Judge that we are in fact stopping for river transit, and we will resume in 17 minutes time at 4:10.
Okay, folks, well, time, depending on where you are in the world, to go and maybe start dinner, put the kids to bed, make breakfast, I don't know, whatever you got going on in your life, but we'll be back in 17 minutes, coming on 16 minutes now, with the continuation of girls jump round 2.
Well, I've been waiting for someone like you to come along. I was going down a road so dark and full of demons, I lost my ground. My heart was stuck in hibernating, stuck in the ice where there's no feeling. You shine on, you shine on, you shine on, you shine on me, you shine on, you shine on, you shine on, you shine on me. Your summer love thawed me out, melted all the fears I had and all the doubt. Now we have the I'd rather have to stand by me and hibernating, stuck in the ice where there's no feeling.
Okay, well, I think the timing's impeccable because we're due to start the skiing again at 10 minutes after 4. It's, according to my watch, it's 4:09 and we're about to see the DeWalt Ski Nautique do a phantom pass. And very shortly we will see Megan Pelkey from Canada resuming this under-17 girls jump round 2. So Megan is competitor number 4 and she will be followed by 3 more skiers in this under-17 girls jump second round, and this will be the one that will decide the event. Because there are a couple of skiers with a distinct advantage, so from the point of view of taking out the event, I'm thinking Christy Appleton would be the favourite, but of course she had a very nasty fall in the slalom event earlier today, so hopefully she's a-okay to give it her all in this jump event. So sit tight, folks. Very shortly we'll be back on the water with under-16 girls jump round 2. Might have spoken.
Okay, so the call's come out from the Chief Judge. We're about to get underway again, and good afternoon and welcome to the Yarra River, to the MOOMBA Masters for 2025. If you're on here on site, and if you're watching the webcast around the world, wherever you may be, in wonderful coverage from this wonderful tournament. Nautique make its way down, doing a simulation pass. Super talent out of Canada, the youngster Megan Pelkey. Strong overall skier. Former winner of Junior World's overall title. Appears as though the boat might be going to do a second simulation pass. Just to keep us waiting here, Rob. We got all excited.
Yeah, just to make sure everything's totally simulated. think in motor racing it's called doing a hot lap.
Yeah, 12 minutes past 4 in the afternoon here on a Friday afternoon. Long weekend here in Victoria. Labour weekend, of course, Monday's Labour Day, second Monday of March, and that always signals the MOOMBA Festival. And here comes that boat back down to the dock.
Yeah, because the simulation pass, it went down and then it turned around and then it came back. And now it'll come into the dock. We assume. And then very shortly, we will see Megan Pelkey. Now the ropes they use, the rope length in jumps are a little longer than the slalom rope. Official full length in slalom is 60 feet, 18.25 metres. The jump rope is 75 feet or 23.5 metres in length. So as we see the skiers, they get a bit wider. So when they turn, they generate a bit more of a whipping effect, I guess you could say, although you can't really compare jump to slalom, but so I won't bother. But Megan Pelkey now leaves the dock and heads down to the city end. She'll have a brief wait in the water down there and look to jump in excess of the 34. Just trying to see what she jumped in the first round to remind myself, 34 something. But looking to jump over that, well, in excess of 35 metres would be her initial goal, I would think. So just confirm she jumped 34.5 in the first round. Did she love to push it up, Glenn, to maybe 36? There, maybe take it up another metre if possible.
Yeah, we're down to our last four jumpers, Megan Pelkey, followed by Cameron Waters, Sally Reeves and Christy Abelson. So we're getting to the point where we will find our podium from, because 2 rounds added together tournament, so it's important how well you jumped in the first round, and it's a seeded order, so each one of these girls as we get to them has jumped further than the one before.
Okay, here comes Megan Pelkey. Jump number 1. Conditions, well, we've been saying it all day, conditions look great. She turns, she's looking for 35 metres or more, pushes hard on the left ski, the right ski. The left ski kind of flailed and came up a little. She wasn't really satisfied with that approach and decided to let it go, and that is called a pass. Something I mentioned earlier is part of the rules of this event. If you're not happy, you let go, you ski around the ramp. It's illegal to ski in between the ramp and the boat. You ski around the ramp, and that is counted as one approach. So she now has 2 more jumps to come. A fall or a pass is counted as 1, and you're allowed 3 in all. And hopefully the goal of most of these skiers is up and over and put 3 scores together, and the longest one is the one that counts. Distance only is measured, no points for form, and we wish Megan Pelkey the best of luck on jump number 2.
Yeah, pass on the first, as Rob said, and 2 more jumps to come. MOOMBA Masters 2025. Junior MOOMBA Masters playing out this afternoon, the second round of the jump. Then we head into the MOOMBA Masters proper tonight with a night jump. Of course, ski show tomorrow. We've got slalom elimination rounds most of the day, followed by men's jump elimination round. All the rock stars are here. The world's best professional skiers are here, and a lot of them are on site right now because at 5 p.m. in 45 minutes we have the skiers briefing, the skiers meeting. So a lot of the top athletes are here. Good opportunity if you're a youngster to grab some autographs on site here, I'm sure. And there she comes now, Megan Pelkey. Jump number 2, passed on the first. Wants to get a big jump here. Contender in the overall, although I think Christy Abelson has got a decent lead on her at the moment. Not too bad. That's going to be around 33 or 34 metres to open up, I think, Rob.
Yeah, look, I think that approach was pretty good. It's quite aggressive, plenty of speed. I felt she had a pretty good position at the base of the ramp, so she'll be looking to just tidy up the work on the ramp and try and get a little more out of that. 32.5, I think with that approach, that's a cut that could definitely take her 35 or 36 metres, no doubt about it, I would think. So 32.5, I think she knows what to do now on the third and final if she can just maintain that ramp work that she needs to maximise the lift once she gets to the ramp, because it seems like she's got the cut pretty sorted and just looking to make sure she maximises her lift.
Absolutely superb conditions. Arguably as good as it gets, because at the moment the situation is we'd have a slightest little headwind funneling down, but we also have low tide, which means no rollies, but also as the tide has turned, the water starts to flow back upstream, which means the skier underneath them will have a little bit of a tail current, so that will give them more speed on their countercut and into the ramp. So everything's set here for some big jumps. We've got the last 3 ladies to come, and then of course we've got the beginning of the boys jump.
All right, third and final for Megan Pelkey. Can she push it up over that 35-metre mark? Pushes in hard, and I think that's a little bit better extension, Glenn, but could be right on. I don't think it's 35.
No, but it's a little bit further, I think, than a second jump.
Might just be a couple more, maybe around that 33 to 34, but we'll get a distance very shortly for Megan.
.4 is the distance.
As you mentioned, Glenn, the order is seeded, so we're sort of moving up the scores from the first round. We're moving through, I guess, in a reverse sort of an order, but so what I'm getting at is Cameron Waters has a score on the board from the first round of 38.5 metres, 126 feet. So she would be looking, I'm sure, to be competitive with Christy Appleton and Zali Reeves, because she's our third final competitor. She'd be looking to try and knock on the door of 40 metres, I would think.
Yeah, absolutely.
So Cameron Waters from the US of A.
Got a carnival, of course, going on around us, Rob, and some wonderful food vendors, food trucks, that sort of thing behind us, and getting, not that I'm actually hungry at the moment because I've had a magnificent lunch a few hours ago. This is all sort of talking about my personal needs, but I can tell you that if you're on site, and I'm sure you're smelling it as well, there's some magnificent wafting of some sort of barbecue, maybe a Mediterranean, Middle Eastern type barbecue situation going on. The food and the tastes here at
kind of be interested to know what you had for lunch, Glenn, but I don't want to ask you because I don't want to bore the hell out
Oh,
of
look, it
everybody on the
wasn't-
bank
put it
that's
this way,
watching the
it wasn't
thing,
a
so
Rob
I'm
Wing
not-
lunch.
so I don't want you to, I don't want you to say what
That
you
was
had.
pretty boring.
All right, now, Cameron Waters, USA. Turns, looks like a fairly aggressive approach. The roar of the Nautique, and she's low into the
Nice
base of the
jump.
ramp. And nice
Tidy
lift.
jump.
Added a couple of metres there. That could
That's a beauty.
be 37-ish,
Yeah,
maybe on
yeah,
my
yeah.
guesstimations, 37 to 38.
I think you're pretty close
Nice
there,
opener,
Rob.
though. Nice opener.
No, Rob, I'm sure you had a sit-down lunch with the young bride, Bronwyn, and maybe
the
a
young
little
bride's
bit
gone
of
to Phillip Island to look at
vino
the
and some
penguins.
Heineken, that sort of thing.
No,
But 37.7. I just had the free ham,
no, that was yesterday.
cheese
I
and
did
pickle
that.
sandwich out of
Yeah.
the judges' fridge, which
Oh, yeah.
was
Did
good.
they know that you've been in there?
Yeah, they notice me when I go in there, I'm sure. But yeah, I stole a ham and
No,
pickle
I
cheese
sort of cut it-
sandwich off the judges.
Yeah, no, I sort of wound it down a bit today. I had a burger and a Corona up at area.
It's just the one beer with lunch. Well, I guess that you're retired now, Rob, so
I'm not retired.
semi-retired.
Hard-working battler, I am. Okay, so look, Cameron Waters 37.7. That's a pretty good way to start a jump set, considering that the best of her leaps yesterday was 38.5. So let's build up to that 39 to 40, hopefully, because that's where she wants to be. With the likes of Zali Reeves sitting on the dock and, of course, Christy Appleton as well.
Here she comes now, Megan Pelkey, 37.7 is her second jump. Sorry, Cameron Waters, 37.7 is her second jump. This is going to be further. That's a great jump.
She's got amongst
Ripper
it
of a
then.
jump.
Oh,
Great cut, great air form.
absolutely.
She has flown out there on the Yarra River. Now that could be getting close to 40 metres.
That really looked great timing, great, just as you said. Combine the lift and the speed there. Just looking at the replay there on the screen, that was an excellent jump. I hope for her sake that it is a good distance. I don't want to take away from the Aussie girls that.
Yep, 40.3.
Ooh, good
That's
work.
a ripper, cracks the 40 metre mark.
That's what she wanted to do.
40.3.
Once again, looking at that replay, pretty much hard to fault that jump. Congratulations, Cameron Waters. And the good news is she still has one more jump to come.
It's going to be pretty close. I mean, Christy Appleton's the favourite for this event. She's got quite a big lead, but it's going to be very, very close now between Cameron Waters and Zali Reeves for that second spot. Robert's going to come down to some pretty good jumping from both of them.
Yeah, well, have you done any calculations, Glenn? Because Zali's got a little bit of a buffer from the
Zali
first
had about
round.
a 0.7 lead, I think, from memory. So at the moment, Zali would need to jump
39.8.
39.8. But Cameron, of course, has an opportunity here to go even
one
further.
more.
Here she comes. Good to see a bit of fence clapping there. Ooh, not quite as far,
Not
I think.
quite.
It's a bit of a line drive, not quite the same extension off the top of the ramp. She was nice and forward off her skis, but didn't really have the full lift off the top.
Yeah. So we'll just wait for a distance to come through before we start talking about any scenarios with Zali Reeves, because Zali Reeves jumped 39.2 in the jumped 39.2, so that'd give
39.9, still a great
so
jump.
that gives Cameron Waters, because Zali Reeves jumped 39.2, that actually gives Cameron Waters a 1.1 metre buffer. So Zali really... Oh, no, I beg your pardon. I've gone the wrong way round. Yep, I'll go back to I'm with you. 0.7. So Zali just maybe as well have a mindset of jumping a distance with a 4 in front of it. And that kind of... okay. $39.9 to Cameron Waters, just repeating her distance, and now we have Zali Reeves.
So what are we saying? 39.7 or something for Zali to take the win?
Look, I think 39...
Have you run the numbers?
Yes, 39.7 would take the win because 39.6 would be 0.7 shy and would have them as a tie.
Yeah.
So 39.7.
That's a decent jump for Zali, but she's certainly very capable.
Yeah, well, she jumped 30, whatever we said it was.
39.2, I think, yesterday. And she, because bronze medalist at the Junior World Championships.
Yeah, and I think to achieve that bronze medal, she actually had a 5. Had a great tournament there, particularly in the jump event. So the final 2 jumpers, both Aussies, both Queenslanders actually. Good that they're not up in the cyclone, so here she goes. Zali Reeves, her opening jump. Let's hope she times it well. Stays very low into the base of the ramp, but
That's a big jump. I'll tell you what, that's 40 metres off the bat, I reckon, and that is gonna give her the lead over Cameron Waters. God, good jumping from both the girls, though, you got to say. Great stuff.
Look, whatever the distance, didn't that look good, Glenn?
Oh, she's absolutely booted that GM Marine jump ramp. It's a really nice jump. Wait for the distance. I think it's got to be over 40. Really good skiing. Waiting on that distance. Oh, wow. 41.3 metres. That is an absolute ripper. Is that a PB, Scott? Yeah, it has to be, yeah. So that's personal best, sensational stuff.
So it's a PB. It moves her ahead of Cameron Waters, and it gives her some extra overall points against Megan Pelkey, because Megan, unfortunately for Megan, didn't improve her jump distance in the second round. And Zali Reeves off the bat, 41.3.
Australia is just it is a conveyor belt of has an ability to churn out good female jumpers. Rob, you should be very proud. You know, if you think of all the greats over the years, back from your era, Sue Lipper-Goes, of course, Emma Shears, of course, Jacinta Carroll, obviously, Sadie Ferguson, Christy Abelson, Zali Reeves, and I'm sure I've missed some out. Tony Neville, of course.
Tony Neville.
It's a long and illustrious list of good woman, female jumpers. Magnificent stuff. Here we go, Zali Reeves, jump number 2. Good speed on this one. Oh, that could be further. Oh, I think that will be further. But she lost a little bit. She let go with one hand off the top, and I thought, man, she's lost some distance, but that is further. This could be 42 or 43 metres. This is an absolute ripper. Wait for the distance, folks. I might be getting ahead of myself. I might be getting too excited. But I got a feeling this is going to be 42 to 43 metres. Big jump. Lots of speed. Good, strong cut. 42.7 metres. Unbelievable stuff. Absolute ripper of a jump. Wow. That is sensational. Pretty sure Jacinta Weeks will be watching this at home if she's got power and if she's got internet as she huckers down for the cyclone. And she'll be loving this. A couple of fellow Aussies, girls, following in her footsteps. thought, Rob, when she let go of the one hand off the top of the ramp, that she'd lost some distance, but she might have lost a little bit of distance, but she had so much speed. She still jumped so far.
And of course, Glenn, Fazali's size, she just seems to show so much power in that approach to the ramp. And really, all power to her. 42.7, that's awesome. Okay, jump number 3. Can she even go further? She's probably going to try. She pushes it aggressively once again. I think she missed the kick a little bit. The skis might have spread a little coming off the top of the ramp. So 42.7 will remain the longest, but 42.7, what an awesome display from young Zali Reeves from Australia.
What a wonderful jump set, like you say. 2 PBs in that one set. .38.1.
Really, Glenn, she's sort of taken it up a peg, because when you lose a lot on the ramp and you have a disappointing jump and it's 38.1, well, you're talking she's kind of moved
Very
into
good point.
probably a slightly higher league there. Good view of the ski nautique, the DeWalt Guaranteed Tough Tournament towboat, as Christy Appleton, our final competitor in under-17 girls jump, makes her way down to the city end, about to start jump number 1 of her 3. So she does have a bit of a lead from
Yeah, it's not a bad
round
buffer,
1.
is it?
It's a bit of a, the buffer there that I don't know what it is, but
It's
2
got
or
to
3
be
metres.
4 metres or so. Two-time Junior World silver medalist, Christy Appleton. Probably with an ounce of a bounce could have won both gold on both occasions, but was just beaten both times. I think one year was Nellie Allard and the other year was I forget the name now, the Danish girl this last winter in Canada.
So I guess without doing too many heavy calculations, anything with a 4 in front of it gives Christy Appleton the title. You can double check if you want.
Oh no, I agree with you. But we'll
sure.
go
But
40
we
to
make
be
it easy
safe.
because I'm a bit lazy. You just put the
Yeah,
4
I
in front
agree.
of it,
I'm
40
just as
something,
lazy,
just
Rob, don't worry.
Just put it away.
Here we go, jump number 1. Does she do it on jump 1? More than likely, I would think. Such a superstar out of Queensland. Oh, that's a great jump. That is a, oh my word. That's going to be a PB probably.
Does she do it on jump 1?
Oh, that is a
Glenn?
massive jump.
Crikey.
Conditions are just superb. The boat is strong. So PB, I think, is about 45.5. 45.6. That's going to be further, I think. Wait for it. I better not call it.
No.
Getting excited, but I think that could be further than...
And before you do, Glenn, like 44.8 metres.
Yeah, I did get a bit excited, didn't I?
And Glenn, and
Big jump, though.
was it only 2 or 3 hours ago she had that bone-crushing fall in the slalom
crash.
event?
Yes, I'd forgotten. So we've had her, the medical team have been working feverishly. They've been duct taping her back together, and she's got out there. So 45.6 is a PB, and that was 44.8.
Anyway, she's won the
Gonna be
event,
further,
so
but-
good on her.
48.8's the record.
Oh, Junior
course
Moomba jump
record.
record is 48.8. And that is none other than
Jacinta
Jacinta
Carroll.
Weeks now. She is. She's Jacinta Carroll when she set that record. I'm sure Jacinta's watching at home. Hopefully she's got internet and power so that she can watch this jump event. She was going to come down, of course. Tomorrow, International Women's Day tomorrow. She's going to come down. She's going to be part of the commentary team, Rob. Jacinta, she's going to catch up with a few friends. But she couldn't get a flight out, or maybe just wanted to hang around and look after the house and the pets and everything and make sure everyone's okay back home.
Well, I think you wouldn't be getting a flight out today or tomorrow from Brisbane. just after midnight tonight, I think. Anyway, eyes back on the water. Well, after that brilliant opening jump, what can Christy Appleton show us on her second jump?
It's a fraction further, that jump. Another half a metre.
Something around the same spot, but maybe I'm going with you a little bit further.
A little half a metre further, maybe. Great jumping. Absolute superstar.
Oh.
PB, 46 metres. It's a new personal best for Christy Appleton. She's wrapped 46 metres after that horrific slalom crash earlier on when she wasn't feeling too good.
It's amazing, Glenn, how a personal best in jump can dull the pain of a horrendous slalom fall.
A couple of Panadol or aspirin, I'm sure it's helped her out. Well, it's still a long way off the course record, but 2.8 metres away from that 48.8 course record, but you never know.
A couple of little tablets that are inside the guidelines of WADA.
Of course, Christy, this is not her last year in Junior Moomba. You would think she'd have another couple, I would think. So, oh, it might be her last year. Okay, apologies. I don't know. I didn't think she was that old, but I could be wrong. One more? Yeah, one more. Yeah, thanks, Scott. Scotty Reeves knows everything on the dock. He's just so good when he's down on the dock because he knows everybody's PBs, he knows the details. So, if not on this jump, it could be next year. She challenges that record. But here she goes. Christy Appleton, jump number 3, good speed at the bottom. Bit of an upper body crush on that one.
Yeah, lost a couple of metres there, so the second will remain her longest, I am sure. But what a set of jump, like what a jump set of 3 jumps. Well, Glenn, that was absolutely a fantastic display of jumping. It was a good event too, seeing Zali Reeves with a PB, Christy Appleton with a PB, Cameron Waters jumping 40.3, fantastic standard, a great level of jumping. And we're going to move on to boys jump now.
Yeah, I look forward to that, but I'm not sure that I can remember too many girls jump events where the top 3 all jumped over 40. First, second, third, and over 40 at Junior Moomba. So it's a pretty good distances.
So now, Glenn, what I'm leading to is,
mate.
hope you enjoy boys jump. I'm going to move from the commentary seat and bring in Curtis Williams to join you for
Rob.
the
been a
call
wonderful
of what
call, Rob.
is going to be an extremely exciting event, the under-17 boys.
And this is it for you for the evening, of course, unless there's an injury in the commentary team. So keep your phone on, but any idea, let the water ski fans out there know what your plans are for the evening, Rob?
In case someone snaps a tongue or something.
Exactly. What are you?
I'll be here. No, I'll be here.
You got any
watching.
plans for the evening?
Yeah,
Dinner?
I'll be here on the bench. No, I don't have any plans.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks, Rob. We move now into the boys slalom. We've got, the word is we're going to get 2 of these boys jumpers done, and then we're going to have transit. And the transit, of course, will be to let all the boats, the river traffic that we let upstream during the last transit come back down. And the boys jump, it's about to start. Our first competitor is Callum O'Connor out of Australia. And, yeah, hopefully we have a little bit of a safer round of boys jump this afternoon. The boys had some issues yesterday, some pretty spectacular crashes, but we're hoping that they're going to be a bit safer here today. I mean, sure, they're pushing, and we want them to keep pushing because that's what Moomba's all about. It's about being the best you can be, but we don't want to see crashes like we had yesterday. And so joined here by Curtis Williams. Good afternoon, Curtis.
Good afternoon. Pleasure to be joining you here for this, what's sure to be a cracking second round of under-17 boys jump. We had a little bit of everything in the qualifying round, like you said. There were a few spills certainly some things for the highlight reel, but we had some personal bests as well. So certainly showed there's a lot of distance out there on the Yarra River for those willing to take it. And cracking field, 15 boys jumpers still to come. Starting we're just with the 5-foot jumpers, so some of the sort of younger skiers, the juniors, still building up into their jumping careers. But a little bit of a head breeze coming down the river. Slight tail current, pretty much ideal conditions.
Yep, they certainly are. Here comes Callum O'Connor, jump number 1, first jump. Big roar of the Nautique, pulls him into the ramp. Tidy stuff, good tidy opening jump. Somewhere in the high 30s, I would say. Yeah. So Curtis, quick question for you. I know you know a lot of what's going on around there. You're a lot younger than the rest of the commentary team. You probably hang out with the skiers a bit more. Francisco Georges yesterday, snap jump ski. Do we know if he's taking part in this second round? Did he manage to find another ski, or what's the update there?
Yeah, I believe he is looking to participate. They are just trying to work on finding the closest possible match. I'm not sure if they've lined up the exact size. And of course, the other challenge is he's going to want to switch his bindings onto there. He'll need a DeWalt power tool for that, most likely. I'm sure we've got a few of those on site. But of course, it's tough if you're the skier sort of before or after him, or even two apart. So you got to find somebody in the field. But I'm pretty sure he had a few different options.
Oh, that's good.
And he will be participating.
They're fairly common, though. The Goodmans now, fairly common. And you've got the, you know, in that age group tend to jump on either sort of 86 or maybe 88-inch jump skis. So hopefully he's able to take part in this second round.
Yeah. Opening jump there. In meters. Which, according to Jarrett's spreadsheet, which has never been wrong, is a personal best, but wouldn't mind confirming that, because I think a few of the Aussies have jumped a few more tournaments this season and have picked up some distance.
I'm always wrong.
Either way, it's a good jump for him, isn't it? It shows that. And for somebody who's jumping off the 5-foot ramp height, of course, going over 38 here in New Zealand and Australia
good point.
Is the magic marker to put the ramp up. So it shows you that he's on the cusp of some really big gains in his jumping career as the young Queenslander, who really wowed us in the trick event earlier today. He's got some great flips. But here he is in the jump event, driving hard now into the base of the ramp. He's got a good deal of speed, a little bit back on the heels on that jump, but another tidy enough score for the Queenslander.
Yep, tidy stuff. Maybe not quite as far, but his opening jump is 38.9.
Actually just eked out another 30 centimetres on the water to Callum. And that kind of shows you some of the adjustments, because he didn't get the same ramp work. He was back on the heels, but he obviously brought it a little bit more into the course and carried more speed. So showing some positive intent. Again, not sure on what Callum's personal best is, but we'd have to be knocking on the door with these scores. He's jumping off 5 foot. Has he been 40 before?
Let's ask the man on the dock that knows everything. Was that a PB? That was a PB. Thanks very much, Scotty Reeves.
Can we keep him there all week?
Yeah, we need. and I did watch Scott's coaching. He told him to relax a bit in the turn, not to panic so much in the turn, relax and let the skis come around.
I think he's found the spot to go 40 for the first time. Certainly timing not an issue, but a few minor technique adjustments, and we could see, well, already a personal best for our first boys jumper. Bodes well for the rest of the field. Sometimes that can really help. The first skier goes out, skis well, sets the tone, the energy for the boys to come.
Yeah, so we've got Jared Ferraro's spreadsheet, which is proving to be less accurate than the start dock guy at the moment. We're getting good information from the start dock. Here he comes, Curtis, jump number 3.
Find that DeWalt guaranteed tough towboat. Edges now in front of the GM Marine Tower, chasing his first 40-metre effort. Has he got the smallest of the 3? Well, you can't take it away from a personal best here at Junior Moomba on the Yarra River. The cap off what's been, I think, a pretty good tournament for the young man.
Yeah, well done. Good effort here. Okay, One more skier to go before the transit. Taji Reeves out of Queensland. So her sister Zali with a magnificent jump. PB, big PB, couple of metre PB. Zali Reeves is actually kind of unique in that, because I watched the Junior Worlds and she got like a 5 metre PB to get a bronze medal. And here at MOOMBA, she's gone and got a 2 or 3 metre PB to get a silver place. So she goes up, she seems to hold at a certain pattern and then go up big when she goes.
Big match player, yep. Yeah. That jump from Zali, of course, clinched her the silver in the girls' overall as well. So
the Aussies will be 1-2 in the overall. It's great to see for Australian water skiing. And back to the boys, his younger brother, Taj Reeves.
Yeah, I was wondering maybe what boat speed he'd be at, because I believe he's still skiing in the under-14 boys division.
He is. We got the nod again from the start dock. 51K. Talented family out of Queensland, of course, the Reeves family. We enjoyed the company. Sorry, Curtis. We had Taj and Zali at the Old Poiri December Ski School this year with Kyle Eade coaching and Alex King and Joel Poland. So they came out. It was great having those guys. Tough young Aussies. Putting the Kiwi kids to shame a bit. Not complaining about the cold. Always ready when the boat came back. And great to have them there at ski school in New Zealand.
Fantastic. Well, certainly two rising stars in Australian jump skiing and making their mark on the world stage as well. Taj Reeves jumped just shy of 40 metres yesterday in the first round. Incredible jumping from such a young skier. And he would love dearly, I'm sure, to push up over 40 metres. Beautiful head breeze coming down the river. Like we said, light tail current. Really not much of a current at all at this stage, as we've sort of just passed low tide, starting to come back in. Opening jump for Taj Reeves.
Comes, looks like not a bad spot. Got some good speed. Yeah, not the greatest of lift there. Kind of missed his kick a wee bit.
Yeah, he seemed to get sort of discombobulated through the wakes there. He did maybe land a little on his left ski and wasn't quite in the body position he needed to kick the ramp.
.37.3 opening jump for Taji Reeves. I think he'll be part of the, I think he'll be, yeah, pretty sure he's in the under-14 team still for Australia. So the under-14 Oz Kiwi take on the Kiwis next. Start up there in Bridgewater, Bendigo.
Of course, we're approaching 5 p.m. here on Friday in Melbourne. The start of the MOOMBA Festival kicked off officially last night, but I know for a lot of folks working in the city, that really for them the festival starts tonight, and hopefully you're making your way down to the banks. If you're just joining us for the first time for the weekend, a huge welcome to the MOOMBA Masters, 2025 MOOMBA Masters. And as you first, well, you're in for a real treat. Got to sort of hang out on the bank a bit yesterday and hear the oohs and ahs from the crowd seeing jumping for the first time. But these young skiers are going to throw themselves at that big red ramp out there in the middle of the river and look to go as far as possible. We measure where they land, and it's a pretty high adrenaline sport, not for the faint of heart.
Okay, comes Taji now. Young 14-year-old out of Queensland. This looks a little later. He's got a good turn. Plenty of speed, and that's going to be further, I think, Curtis, on jump number 2. Decent jump. Yes.
No, but this is really good jumping from the young man. Bunch of practice. He just bumped it up a week or two before this event, and he'll be going back down, of course, to a slower speed next week for the Aussie Kiwi. 39 metres. Good work from him.
Yeah, good stuff.
possibly looked like he may have ended up a little bit earlier on that second jump, and still just struggling a little bit with his ramp work. Hasn't quite hit the ramp in the body position he'd like, just making some minor adjustments. Would love to see young Taj up over 40 metres for the first time.
So we had to drive the boat a bit. The ski school was talking about it in New Zealand, and Kyle Eade was coaching, and these Reeves kids, they really don't like doing single cuts or three-quarter cuts. They just want to get straight into the doubles. Tough little uncompromising Aussies. And Kyle would say, hey, let's start with a single. Nah, do a double. We would like, Kyle would be like, well, it's 7 o'clock in the morning, it's kind of cold, let's just warm up with a single. Nah, do a double. And, well, Kyle would be like, well, there's a little bit of a tailwind today, maybe do a single, and like, nah, let's do a double. So those Reeves kids, I tell you. And they had some story about Dad always being in a hurry and wanting to get on with it, so he didn't have time for single cuts.
Okay, coming back in, third and final attempt. The young Queenslander, one of the absolute rising superstars of Australian water skiing, looking to chase a personal best here at the Junior MOOMBA Masters. He's got plenty of speed, he's driving hard off the base. It's a line drive, and he's ended up in a similar hole, possibly back a little bit. Geez, he's showing some guts out there,
Look,
real positive intent.
If I was to sum up that set, I'd say he went out there, he gave it his best shot, showed some guts and determination, but just didn't quite get it together. He was pushing pretty hard all set, didn't quite get it together. Good brave set though. Well, I believe that's our last jumper for just a wee while. We've got a transit coming up. Transit will be for 15 minutes. The skiers briefing will not be until the end of transit. So skiers briefing scheduled for 5. We actually have to do it at 10 past 5 to give the chief judge a chance to make sure the tournament gets going again at